We've got a lot to get through since yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And everything that went down was not on my bingo card. But hey, with Helldivers, each day is a new adventure. That said, there's been a lot of half-truths and plain wrong information circling around, and I think I know why, which I'll break it all down for you in just a moment. I did want to say thanks so much for all your support. The outpouring of love in yesterday's video comment section was crazy. And if you haven't done so already, please consider hitting subscribe and ringing the notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts as we now dive into what happened with Helldivers. Sorry, I just wanted to interject this because my OCD was really starting to kick in. Of you 54,000 divers currently logged on, with roughly half of you on the current major order planet of 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗃, keep right on spreading democracy with the Death Star in low orbit. Don't be pulled away by the blinky triangles to Hort.
It's a trap!
Just keep on pushing on 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗃 and it will eventually all work out. That's just a distraction, by the way, deployed into the sector by sneaky Game Master Joel to try to divide the diver forces.
And now for something completely different.
Alright, on to the main event. Yesterday, which actually started 2 days ago, and here's where I need your help, my viewers. You see, I know there's a ton of options out there for people to watch on YouTube, and I think what has happened here is that between some posts, some videos, and of course viewers, half-truths or assumptions are now making the rounds, because I know how it is. You hop into someone's stream, they've only got like 25% of the facts, you watch them talk about it for 3, 4, 5 minutes, you hear them, you then pass along that 25% to someone else, and pretty soon 10 people down the line, they've now got 0% of the facts, 100% of the fiction, and that's when stuff starts going haywire. You know what I mean? So here it all is. 2 days ago, I posted this video. Helldivers 2 community, we need to talk about those rumors. And by the way, links to all of these videos and articles I'm referencing will be found in the video description and pinned comment, so you can see this all with your own eyes and hear it with your own ears. Anyways, during this video, I was reviewing a recent article from FandomWire titled "Fact Check is Arrowhead Updating Helldivers 2's Game Engine." I included all the screenshots from the article as I read through them, but the gist of this article was how certain community members were reading certain snippets from the devs relating to engine updates or upgrades, as in the game engine itself, and from there, these community members then turned it into complete engine overhaul incoming. FandomWire went on to cite some Reddit posts that had some wild speculations in them about what's going to happen with this new engine overhaul. Again, none of this was based on fact. They also went on to compare this speculation to back when we were working towards getting the Democracy space station into the game. Remember when that happened, right? And all the cool things we would be getting, like dojos, upgrades, social hubs, etc., which was all community speculation, never curbed by an announcement from Arrowhead, and it led to massive disappointment and anger when the DSS actually did arrive, and it was none of the things the community had built it up to be. And here comes misinformation point number 1. I've now seen numerous posts saying that I, 𝗷𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 engine update speculation to produce wild thumbnails, which is false. I never did that. And the point of the video was then lost because it was framed as, Buzz was calling out clickbaiters. I wasn't. Just so we get the facts straight here, here's the exact clip from the article which I used in that video. It said exactly this. Certain YouTube channels thrive on this cycle too, churning out AI-generated thumbnails with all caps titles about massive engine updates based on absolutely nothing. It's manufactured hype for algorithm engagement, plain and simple. So again, this is not me making the call out. It was the author from FandomWire and this entire article. And here's where it gets even crazier, because I then went to YouTube and I typed into the search bar, Helldivers 2 massive engine update, exactly like it was said in that portion of the article. And the results you see now up on screen. Now, after these two that show up here, there was a bunch of ads and a slew of shorts, but that was pretty much it. Here's how it looked and sounded actually in that video, so you see it in real time. Certain YouTube channels thrive on this cycle too. Oh, we're circling back, churning out AI-generated thumbnails with all caps titles about massive engine updates based on absolutely nothing. It's manufactured hype for algorithm engagement, plain and simple. And full stop here, by the way, I did check YouTube with that exact title description, which shows up here with the following results. Interesting. Anyways, moving on. And from there, I went on to give my thoughts about the engine update speculations and rumors. I talked about remembering that build up to the DSS launch and how different it was than anything the community had hoped for. And then I finished up by talking about the game's performance. That brings us up to yesterday when I received word that the engine update video had rattled a few cages somewhere within the Propaganda Commander program, and that I now had the option to either remove this clip from my video or face removal from the program. Now, misinformation point number 2, which is actually more of a point of confusion, was questions from the community as to what the questionable segment of my video was. Well, you just saw it. Those 7 to 10 seconds with that slide up on screen were apparently over the line, and that's what prompted the request that I alter my content. If you watched yesterday's video, you now know the rest. I respectfully declined to alter my content, as that request was like asking me to alter my very being, and it felt dishonest. And from there, I was removed from the program. Now, once yesterday's video posted, I began seeing comments mentioning the name Thordan and asking, how could he get me banned? As in, how could you do that to Buzz, bro? Which brings us to misinformation point number 3, Thordan. No shade to him or his content, but I know him only by name. I've never seen his channel or post, and prior to today, I've never even had an interaction with him. And by the way, today's conversation was when he reached out to me asking if he was the reason I was banned, to which I told him, no, that was it. Which, by the way, I used that kind of on today's thumbnail as well. So again, quick recap and cleanup here. The video from 2 days ago was a review of a FandomWire article about the engine update speculations. It was not me calling out clickbait thumbs. You've now seen the clip in question, and my removal from the Propaganda Commander program most definitely has nothing to do with Thordan. And by the way, not pining for people to join my public Discord, but if you've actually ever got a legitimate question, you can always just join my server and post it. I'm in there daily and constantly checking in my Helldivers 2 community. Maybe you want more information on something game related, maybe you're looking for some more clarity on a topic or a statement I made in a video, whatever. Feel free to post in there, and if I can, I'll answer. Just check down in the video description or pinned comments. You'll find an open invite link to my Discord. Just click it. It's got a few easy steps, and whoosh, away you go. Now, what I was not fully expecting was how the other propaganda commanders I've met and become a sort of family unit with would come out and show up to support me. It's a great feeling when someone, or in this case, a bunch of someone's, have your back, and they know I've always got theirs. No questions asked. The amount of comments I saw saying good on you for sticking to your guns and not compromising on your beliefs was equally as awesome, and I wanted to thank anyone that posted those. I honestly still don't feel that I violated any rules, intentionally targeted anyone, or acted in a malicious manner, and this kind of finishes this chapter on my Helldivers coverage. As you know from yesterday's upload, my coverage, of course, of Helldivers 2 is not going anywhere. I'm still going to cover it, now with just a slightly different angle. Oh, I also wanted to address the rumors that I am publicly blaming the other content creator that showed up on that clip, which, like the rest of this misinformation, is false. I've said nothing, so take that whatever way you want. I look forward to reading your comments. Please hit subscribe and ring the notifications bell to stay up to date on all my latest uploads. Thanks again to all of our awesome channel members, and until the next one, this is 𝗷𝗲𝗹𝗶𝘀𝗂𝗧 signing off.